Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. Today I want to talk about something that blew my mind. I was watching a video about this story and I found out about a company that was richer than anything we see today. We are talking about the VOC, also known as the Dutch East India Company. Let's start with a big number, $7.9 trillion. Can you say that with me? 7.9 trillion. That was the value of this company at its highest point. To give you an idea of how big that is, if the VOC existed today, I would be worth more than Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta, and you could still buy McDonald's and Samsung with the leftover chain. It is absolutely crazy. And this company started in 1602 and it lived for almost 200 years, but it was not just a business. In the video, they explained that the government gave them a special monopoly for 21 years, but they also gave them power. They could build forts, they could have an army, and they could even declare war. Imagine if Amazon had its own army today. That is what the VOC was like. They were a corporate pirates. So point number one, how did they get so much money? In 1602, the VOC did something revolutionary. They invented the shareholder system. They had two types of people in the company. First, the bewinhebbers. That's where the big bosses, the guy in charge. The second, the participants. That's where regular people who put their money in and hope to get a profit. This is exactly how the stock market works today. What's really interesting is that you did not need to have all the money up front. They had a buy now, pay later plan. You could pay for your share in small step, but there was a chance. If you miss a payment, you lose everything you already paid, and your reputation was ruined. Back then, your reputation was everything. If you failed, no one would work with you again. It was high risk but high reward. Now point number two, the drama. Very big company has problem and the VOC had a hook one named Isaac Le Maire. Isaac was a very rich merchant and a big shareholder, but he was angry. He said the bosses were keeping the profit for themselves and lying about the numbers. He became the world's first corporate activist. He actually took the company to court. He won more transparency, which is just a fancy word for honesty. He lost the fight and was kicked out, but he did not stop. He was so mad that he sent his son to find a new way to sell to Asia just to avoid the VOC routes. This shows us that even 400 years ago, people were fighting for the right of investor. Isaac Le Maire was the first person to say, hey, the bosses need to answer to the owners. This is my favorite part of the history. Point number three, investing was for everyone. The video tells a story about a woman named Nilke Cornelis. She was not a rich merchant, she was a housemaid. She heard her boss talking about the VOC and decided to take a chance. 5 minutes before the deadline, she invested the 1,000 guilders. That was probably all the money she had in the world. But here is the crazy part. If you look at how much the VOC grew, her small investment would be worth about 2,000 million today. The VOC made it possible for a regular worker to own a piece of global empire. This was the start of the modern equity market. It paved the way for things we have now, like retirement, fund, and insurance. It made business accessible to the average person. So why did a company this powerful disappear? After 2000 years, they closed in 1799. There are a few simple reasons. First, they were too big. Their rules and paperwork were so slow that they could not change when the world changed. Second, they only focused on spices, but people stopped caring about spices and started wanting cotton and sugar. The VOC was like a giant ship that couldn't turn fast enough. And here is the most ironic part. The money the VOC gave to its investor was used by the same investor to start new business that competed with the VOC. They literally gave their enemies the money to beat them. By the end, they had too much debt, and the government had to take over the average person. The video ends with a very important question. Do shareholders really have a power, or do the big bosses in Sweet call all the shots? Looking at the VOC, we see that a company can be the richest in history, but if it stops listening to its customer, it will fall. It took 2000 years, but it happened. What do you think? Is there a company today what is too big to fail? Let me know. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast today. I hope you learned something new about the world's first mega corporation. We hope you enjoy.